After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Furnicoat. I'm sitting on something.
Probably because you're not sitting where you're supposed to. You're kind of off the edge.
Who are you?
I am Talia, also known as Princess Kingypsy.
I want to welcome you all to the PHN Woman Cave for the Fun in the Woman Cave. And we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. If you are new, we're glad you found us, and we hope you come back for more visits here. And if you are returning, we're glad to see you back. If you're still in the shadows, as I've said before, please do feel free to join the Ravelry group so you can be eligible for the prizes and the giveaways and things like that. If you are watching us on YouTube, please feel free to hit the subscribe button on your
Can't they just like press it
left?
gently? I mean, hitting it's rather violent.
On your left, and don't forget to ring the little bell so that you can get notifications when we're podcasting. Okay, we do have some new members. We have Candy Pellerin. I'm assuming her name is Candy, but maybe it's not. Maybe she just likes candy. But anyway, welcome. We have Karen for Christ, who is Karen. Welcome, Karen.
Welcome, Karen.
And this one really excited me. I got all excited because, remember, we have a very special featured pattern designer for our tea and tails, and that's Joanna Johnson. And Joanna Johnson has joined the group.
Whoa.
So we welcome Joanna. We're glad to have you with us. And
Fangirl moment.
yes, we hope to see some of her projects. I understand that she is spinning yarn to make a sweater from her Anne of Green Gables book, so that's awesome. We look forward to seeing her. I hope her family is feeling better.
I think that there is a sweater for Anne in that book, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, she said it was Anne. So welcome. I think that's all of them. Yes, we welcome you. We're glad to have you all with us. It's exciting to have you with us, and we hope you enjoy spending some time with us here in the Woman Cave. What is your tea? I guess it's my turn to go first.
It is.
My tea is in my Team Owl mug, and
It's always your turn to go first.
No,
because you drink the same tea all the time.
I do have chai tea in here because I haven't had lunch yet. It's almost noon. Actually, it's afternoon, and she just got home about 40 minutes ago. So she's going to be a little sleepy, and I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I wanted something a little more substantial.
Yes, my shift is supposed to end at 7:30 or 8.
Yeah, and she got home at 11, so...
I got home at 11:30.
Oh.
I clocked out after 11.
Okay, so...
So my tea...
Yes, well, hurry up then.
This is a new to me tea. I haven't tried it yet, actually. One of my coworkers gave this to me. So this is Harry and David Premium Blend. It's Moose Munch Caramel Nut.
That's a funny name.
Black tea.
As Davina would say, that's a funny word.
It's not a word.
It's caramel. You forgot to say caramel, right?
I did say caramel. I said Moose Munch Caramel Nut.
No.
I didn't say Moose Munch Caramel Nut.
Drink it. See how it tastes.
I'm pretty sure I said Moose Munch Caramel Nut.
Say that fast 5 times.
Oh, that's good.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes I don't like caramel in my tea.
It's rather strong.
It's just... I don't want to have chai tea in my mouth when I'm trying this. Let's see.
It's kind of got like a...
It smells awesome.
Hazelnutty. To go with
Oh,
the
that's
caramel.
really good.
Isn't that good?
That's really good.
We'll have to let Patty know we really like it.
That is really good.
That's pretty good.
It is. And I do taste the kind of hazelnutty...
Yeah.
There's a caramel with some of the other stuff.
I was kind of surprised.
Because I love caramel. Caramel with chocolate, caramel by itself. But whenever you put it in coffee or something like that, well, coffee I don't like anyway, but tea or something like that, I'm kind of, maybe. That's
it's kind
really
of a
good.
dessert tea.
It is definitely a dessert tea. It's sweet.
I'll have to let Patty know that that's really a success.
That's really good. Okay. Did you
Yeah,
say,
she gave it to me as I was walking out the door.
You didn't say what your mug was.
She said I was her tea buddy. Oh yeah, this is my dysautonomia awareness mug because all my other favorite mugs are holding pens and hooks and stuff.
That's where my mugs are. most of them.
And it requires effort to disentangle another mug. So, dysautonomia has become my drinking mug while my other mugs are looking jealously on.
Maybe for the month of February we can change mugs.
But I have to disentangle things.
The month of February.
But disentangle.
Uh-huh. Good, I'm glad you know that word. All right. We have current alongs, and I did print something out over there, but I don't have it.
Hold on. You're gonna make me reach. I'm very disappointed in you.
You'll get over it. I made a point of doing it, but I listed the other alongs, but I put it in the wrong set of notes. I put it in next week's notes because I already sent this week's. We have the Harry Potter Cal, which is Victorian Studio. That's Maureen. And this is for an entire year. She did it last year for 2017. Now she's doing 2018. And the rules are in her group. Anything that's Harry Potter related. Okay. And that goes till the end of the year. It started January 1st. The Year of Socks Cal, that's Crocheting Whovian. Okay, Crocheting Whovian podcast. And I believe that's also a year-long Cal. And it's socks. And that merges very well with Heidi, who is Undead Yarn. She's doing shorty socks. So if you're doing shorty socks for Crocheting Whovian, I suppose that you could put them in Heidi's. What are you giggling about?
I'm giggling at the next one.
Oh yeah, Never Gonna Knit You Up.
Never gonna knit you up. Never gonna let you down.
Anyway, that's in the Bakery Bears. Never Gonna Knit You Up, Cal. That's for those skeins of yarn that you bought thinking, oh, that's so pretty, and then it sits up on the shelf because you're afraid to use it or you can't find the right project for it.
And then you get rickrolled.
And then yeah. What?
Rickrolled.
Yes. Anyway. So don't let it get rickrolled. Take it out and use it, and then join the Bakery Bears and do the Never Gonna Knit You Up, Cal. That'll be even better. So, and that's all these podcasts are fantastic. The Harry Potter Cal, the Crocheting Whovian, Undead Yarn, and Never Gonna Knit You Up. They're all the Never Gonna Knit You Up. The Bakery Bears podcast. They're all very good. And I know I seem to remember that the Never Cast Off podcast is doing something, but I'm not sure. I think they're doing something similar to the Stash Buster that they did last year.
I think they are.
But I couldn't find it in my rush to find them. So if you want to check them out, that's Never Cast Off podcast, and that's Sheila, who is Blue Yarn Always, and Deb's Destiny. That's Debbie. So you can check that out. So those are the in other groups. If I forgot you and you want me to mention you, just shoot me a line and I'll put you in the notes so I remember, because I've been a little remiss on putting everything in the notes. Okay, now, current. Our PHN Tea and Tails year-long Cal 2018 is going really well. There's a lot of activity. Things have picked up. People are encouraging each other. We're hearing about books and things like that, which is awesome. And this goes January through December, so it's all year. And the projects have to be tea and or tail related. So if it's related to a tea, you don't necessarily have to be related to a tail, although if you can, that would be great.
Yes.
And if it's related to a tail, it doesn't necessarily have to be related to a tea, although it can, that would be great. If you do tea and tails, that's even more fun. So
yes, it's even funner.
Funner, yeah, more funner.
That's the most funnest.
Most funnest. And so projects should be knit, crocheted, or loom knit. They can be related to tea and or tails, okay? We have featured patterns. Well, let me get through the other things first here. Previous whips will be allowed in this particular Cal, and chatters and pictures will be in the same thread. The projects, as I said, have to be tied to tea and or tails. That's novelizations, graphic novels, etc. I was really sad when I realized that poetry wasn't included, because I received something from someone that you'll see later on that is my favorite poem, one of my favorite poems related, which is, well, you'll see. And
is it two roads to? Okay, yeah.
But okay.
Robert Frost.
Yes, 1 whip per project per week. Post the FO whenever it's finished. And we do have prizes, which is amazing. And I'm trying to think if the prizes I received. We have the potential of receiving a really awesome prize for this along that I don't want to say anything about yet because I haven't heard back from her yet. But it's awesome. And then let's see here. Okay. Any Franciscan Gypsy Designs FOs that could be related to tea and tails in any way, or any Lady Fernico Creations yarn that is related to tea and tails or making a tea and tail project is eligible for 2 chances for a prize for the FO. If and then anything that is a finished object that is Joanna Johnson's patterns, her tea and or tail related patterns, that will also be eligible for 2 chances at a finished object for a prize. And by Mom Cook, which is loom knitting, so you have a chance for crochet, knit, and loom knitting.
Because we're just that amazingly...
Two chances for finished objects if you use one of those featured patterns. And if you use my yarn for any of those designers and you finish the object, that gets 3 chances for a prize. And as anyone who knows, who has watched for a while, you are responsible for doing your multiple postings. Okay, and please put the ball band in with the yarn if you don't mind. Okay. Let's see here. The hashtag PHNTandTales 2018, that's Instagram, and PHNTandTales 2018 without the hashtag is Ravelries. And please do make a project page. That's where Talia gets the pictures. So that would be great. Let's see here.
No project page, no chance for beginning of
Right.
podcast picture.
Now, I'm not going to show the prizes this week. We'll show them next week, most likely, the first of the month. But I will tell you what we have. We have Lady Fernico Creations yarn in Lengthening Shadows, and a Franciscan Gypsy Designs pattern, one for each. That's 2 different winners. And that was donated by Jeannie, who yarns it. Thank you, Jeannie. And then the third quarter prizes are a skein of Lady Creations, Lady Fernico Creations Mystic DK, and a Franciscan Gypsy Designs mug, and this was donated by Stephanie. And again, that's 2 winners. We do 2 winners a quarter. Okay, the third and second quarter are in flux right now. Not the third and second. The second and fourth are in flux right now. But we have some things up in the air, so we think you'll like those. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot to say, we do have one of the fourth quarter prizes, and that is a donation by Mom Cook. It's a loom knit pattern or you know, of your choice, I assume. So she will see what she said here. Yeah, pattern. So that's awesome. We appreciate that. So we have some wonderful donators. Okay, so we just have to pull in our last little prizes that we're working on, and you guys are going to get some really awesome prizes for your efforts. Okay. The PHN Ready Set Go Cow, we have a co-host for this one, and that's Packy Knits, who is Heidi, and the Packy Knits Designs podcast, and that's a fun podcast to watch. So if you haven't watched it, you might want to check her out. And this goes from January 1st through March 31st, I believe it is. If there's, yeah, March 31st. And the difference for this Cal is you cannot do anything that you've worked on prior to January 1st of this year. Okay? You can do whips, 1 whip per project per week, but the whips have to be started January 1st or later. Okay? Because this is a start all the things. And today, as we record, is the last day that you can post anything that's been ripped out, frogged. Okay? So you had the month of January to post frogged projects. Now we're done with that as of January 31st. So only things that have been started January 1st or later, 1 whip per project per week, the finished object whenever it's finished. Any Franciscan Gypsy Designs pattern that is finished is eligible for 2 chances at a prize. Any Lady Fernico Creations yarn that's used in a project also eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the finished object. And you know, having the 2 together gives you 3 chances at a prize for the finished object. This is in our group, okay, not necessarily in Heidi's. You have to check Heidi's group, okay. Let's see here. Chatter and pictures, as always, are in the same thread. And as we said, knit, crochet, and loom knit. Okay, did all that. Let's see. We do have prizes, which I haven't gotten written down here, but
they exist.
we did receive a donation. And this came from the lovely Christina, who is Mama C. So this is 2 chances for a prize. And let me just make sure, 2 prizes. Make sure that this is for the Ready, Set, Go. Yes, Ready, Set, Go. So these are for the Ready, Set, Go. 1 for each of 2 lucky winners. First is this lovely skein of, it's kind of a sky blue into a royal or deep blue. Beautiful skein of Mint Rain Etsy.com. So Mint Rain hand-dyed yarns. I've never heard of them, but it's a very nice skein of yarn. This is Winter Blues colorway, and it is semi-solid, and it's a DK weight, 100% superwash merino, 246 yards. So this is a nice skein. It can make a nice hat, mitts, or a toy. You know, very nice. Thank you, Christina. And then this is a pearl and plum bag. And it looks to be maybe a sock bag.
Right.
Okay. Or a hat or a shawlette. It's really nice. The cupcake fabric is so cute. And the inside is gray and white, I think, or maybe mint green and white polka dots. And it's got a little...
I think it might be a mint green.
Yeah, and it has a little pocket in there. A little baby pocket type thing. Okay. So that's the other price. So thank you, Christina, for your generosity. And this is for the Ready, Set, Go. Okay, and there are other things that we will show you in here later. But before we go into... Oh, I do want to talk about this. I'm a little all over the board. I'm sorry. The hashtag is PHN Ready, Set, Go 2018 for Ravelry, and a hashtag PHN Ready, Set, Go 2018 for Instagram. I want to thank Cappy for the stitch markers that she donated, and the Jeannie donated Stormy Weather colorway. That's Yarns It. And Stephanie donated a skein of Lita Fernico Creations Finger Sock and the Good and Plenty Oops colorway. So thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
And Jeannie also donated one of Talia's Franciscan Gypsy Designs patterns, and Stephanie donated a mug, a Franciscan Gypsy Design mug. So we really appreciate the generosity that we have. Thank you so much. And the skein of yarn, as I said, was from Mama C, and the Drawstring Project bag as well. So you guys had a lot of nice prizes to give. So we're happy about that. Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you.
Okay. You said you had how many?
Let me count them up again. I think I said 6. But
I thought you said... Yeah, I think you did say 6. And I think I said 8, but...
that sounds right for what you said.
Yeah, I have 8.
Let's see.
Yeah. Okay, so while she is checking, I will get started. Let's see here. Get to the first one. I didn't really think I was going to have that much to show this week, but I do have some things to show. If I can find where I begin. My show notes. There we go. Okay, the first one is my Loom Knit baby hat. This is Dreaming of Summer project, and I'm using, let's see, I'm not sure what the color, this is Pacific Chunky, and I'm not sure what the colorway is, but it reminds me of summer.
Yeah, 6.
And I didn't do too much on this, because I just didn't do much of anything. I didn't think I was going to get any crafting done at all, but it is growing a little bit. You see all that kind of purple with the gold? That's kind of pretty. And this, it has green in it as well. You can see here. Oh, this is from the Kaleidoscope DK. This is no, that's not right. That's an old tag. It is Cascade Pacific Chunky. So I don't know what the colorway is. Color 610. That's very descriptive.
Imaginative.
Yeah. But anyway, so this shouldn't take me too long. I mean, if I do enough of these, I should be able to get the 18 hats in 2018 for Brittany. But
are you tagging them?
I haven't finished any hats.
Oh,
well, I finished one. I don't know if I tagged that one or not. I think I put it in her group already. So I'm enjoying this. This is a fun project. I can just sit there and work on it and not really think too much about it. And it doesn't bother my hands too much. So that's always good. And that's a Kikiboo bag, Holiday Owls bag. All right, so I have to do one more, you said?
Yep.
All right. Well, this is another loom knit project. I should take care of my loom knits. This is the Ocean Drift Hat project, and this is from the Nifty Knitter Cal with Pom-Poms Imogen Cal pattern by Lion Brand. And it's in my Turbo Knitter 64 Mickey and Minnie Mouse on a yellow field, to quote Talia. And I'm using James C. Brett chunky yarn in blue and in green. They have colors, but I'm not sure what they are. I think the blue is denim, and I think the green is Oceana or something like that. So I made some progress on this. I did do some work on it. And this should be fairly warm because it's double bulky. Double chunky. So that should work nicely. And I enjoy this. You know, again, it's kind of a mindless, you know, just kind of go round and round. I just have to make sure I hit all the all the pegs. And the thing that's hard about this sometimes is that the yarn splits sometimes. At least it's not as bad as something that has twisty, like barber pulling or something, and you think that you have more than you do, and you end up having more stitches. But that's that.
So, I actually worked a little bit on my This Is Kay's Fault Mitered Square blanket, which is my bed length mitered square
The
blanket.
smaller squares.
Yeah. So, I only got a few squares done on that. I got this red one done, this one here, which is, looks like it might be Miss Babs, and then I got this one started, which was a yarn that I picked up at Maryland that was just mini skein.
Right.
So
It's a pretty color. It's almost a wine color.
I used that one, I think, for my colorwork hat.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Oh, you know what? Before we go any further, before I forget, and then I'll go into this. Talia, you want to talk a little about this. This is the little bag that we're going to be putting up for grabs in the thread. It's going to have its own thread. It's an Anne Brodie Adventure Walking Drawstring Bag. Okay? And Talia used it more than I did because I didn't have any projects really small enough. But what do you think, Talia? I think it's great.
It is great. It's a nice small bag for, like, I would suggest a fingering weight yarn in here. And for something that's about the size of a hat, or maybe even a fingering weight pair of socks.
Or baby booties or
yeah,
things like
something
that.
that's small, because that's what this is meant for. It's meant for a small bag. The bag is a nice design that closes off really nicely. Your yarn still feeds through, and you can carry it on your arm like this. So it's really a quite convenient design for someone that likes to work a nice project with thin yarn on the go.
A little small project. The yarn, like Talia said, is probably best if it's a fingering weight or if it's a 50-gram skein instead of 100-gram. But definitely portable. It's like all Anne's bags. It's very sturdy. Okay, it's just a very nice, and I love the fabric on this.
I especially enjoyed this with one of, you know, when you get fingering weight yarns, it's already balled up. It's not caked. It's in a ball.
Like the Zuber balls.
Yeah, and it's like wrapped by color. Those kinds work very well in this bag because it's already in a ball.
So this is a very, very well-made bag, and it's perfect for your smaller projects. And we will put this in a thread for you guys. I don't know how long we'll leave it up. We'll leave it up for a little while, and then we'll use the random number generator to see who wins it. I think the person who wins it will be very lucky.
Yes.
So let me just put this in here again, because we don't want it to get damaged. I'm not sure exactly how Anne had this folded, but I'll do the best I can. There we go. Thank you, Anne, for letting us test this out.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful, beautiful bag, and we thank you for donating it for a prize.
Indeed.
Okay, there it is. Okay. All right, so is it my turn again?
Yes.
All right. No, wait,
I just went.
You just went? Okay. All right, my next one is in my Knitting's My Bag Autism Awareness bag. Oh, here it is behind me. How to get behind me?
Oh.
Okay, this is my Sea Spray shawl. I did a little bit of work on this yesterday while we were watching Star Trek: The Next Generation. And this is the Tidal Wave Shawl by Tamara Kelly, and I'm using an E-hook for this, and Gourmet Stash Stout Sock in this beautiful one-of-a-kind blue colorway. And I did about 2 rows on this last night, I think, which is good for me for the crocheting. So it's growing. I'm getting close to the...
Well, I'm glad it's not shrinking.
I'm getting close to the number of rows I'm supposed to do in this one color, so I'm going to have to make a decision as to whether or not I'm going to continue in this color or if I'm going to put this one in. I haven't quite decided yet. And this is Miss Babs? Did you say?
Yes, it is.
This is Miss Babs, and I think it's in the turquoise or turquoise.
Electric turquoise.
Electric turquoise colorway. So I will have to make a decision. Probably, I think it's about 8 or 10 rows more that I have to make that decision, and then go from there. Because I have quite a bit left of this still. I've got this much of the first skein and a whole second skein. So I'm debating what I'm going to do. I like this project. It's not difficult. I just have to take it slowly.
Because it's crochet.
Because it's crochet.
Alrighty, so next... Sorry, my show notes are actually on my phone because I was too lazy to go get my Kindle. So, this next project... I don't even really remember working on it. It is the Recess Socks, which is the Miss L's Basic 6-ply Sock Pattern by Miss L, and I'm using Marigold Gen Superwash DK in the colorway Sidewalk Chalk, and this is for Mom. I truly don't remember working on this, and that's the wrong sock. Hold on, this one. It's not in the Autism Awareness one, it's in the T one. So, I don't remember working on this one this week, but I guess I did. First sock's been done a while.
Love that.
And second sock, I'm not sure if this is progress since the last time you guys saw it or not, because I don't remember working on this this week.
Maybe you forgot to highlight or unhighlight or whatever it is you do.
I unhighlight by selecting the entire document and unhighlighting the entire document, so... That's
And we will try to get through this with minimal amounts of tired yawns from Talia.
No promises.
A Sleepy Talia episode, because she's had several shifts where she's had to work long hours.
Mm-hmm.
And if we didn't do it today, we weren't going to get a podcast in this week.
No, because I've hit the last of my classes for work, but I've also had, for the past 3 weeks, to flip my normal night schedule to go to a class from 8:30 in the morning to 4 p.m., which is my bedtime.
It's like us going, from 11 o'clock to 3 or something.
So it's literally almost exactly my bedtime. So
okay, so all right, my next one is in my Kiki Boo Autism Awareness bag, Puzzle Pieces bags, is the Because He Asked Me project from the Time Me Up designs by Burnett Studios, and I did make some progress on this. I think I did about maybe a total of 12 rows on this. So I think I have now maybe, I might be into single digits in inches now. Maybe close. So I just have to keep working on it.
Yay.
And hopefully it'll get done soon. It is growing, and this first skein keeps getting smaller. I still have this other big skein. Yeah, this skein might have a lot left over because it doesn't need but a little bit more. It's just slightly. It annoys me when I have to get a whole new skein of yarn because I need like 50 yards, or 20 yards or something. But this is a pretty yarn, so I'll find something to do with it, I'm sure.
blanket.
Yeah, well, that's a whole lot of yarn in there. I mean, I think even 3 blankets would be pushing it to get the whole yarn. So, and that's Mad Tosh in the Shire colorway. It's DK weight.
So next is the other sock that I don't remember working on.
She's been working on her sleep.
In my Kikaboo Bags Autism Awareness bag are the Krabby socks. If I did work on some, I only did like a row because I really don't remember working on this.
We show you guys everything we work on because sometimes we don't get much done at all, and if we didn't show you the little bit of work, you wouldn't see anything.
I honestly don't remember working on this, even though I know I must have. This is, again, the Miss L's Basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L. And I'm using Dragonfly Fibers Traveler in the colorway Maryland Blue Crab. So just a little bit of work, assuming, I think.
Very nice. The stripes are nice.
Yes, it's a nice colorway.
Very pretty. Okay, my next one, excuse me, is in my Valeria bag. And she got this for my birthday 2 years ago. I love it. And I'm almost done with the first skein of yarn. I did a, look at this. I don't think I'm going to have enough to go across the
No, I don't think you.
this thing here, but
You might have to change colors in the middle.
yeah. We're not going to change colors.
I mean, change yarn.
Change yarns. So I'm enjoying this. I love this pattern. I absolutely do. In case I haven't said it before.
Yeah.
Top is here.
Yes.
So you can see, oh, I love the way, there's something about this yarn with this colorway that I just really, really like. It's very classy. And it looks a little bit complex, but it's not. I just love it.
It's okay. You're still classy.
I did not say it was not classy. Love this. I'm using just bare yarn I got from Heidi, her bulky weight yarn. And it's very soft, and I'm enjoying the project absolutely immensely. She gifted me some of it, and I bought some from her. So, thank you, Heidi. Okay, whoops. The needle case here that I'm using is from Blue Yarn Always, who is from the Never Cast Off podcast. That's Sheila, and she has an Etsy shop. These are very nice. They work very well. I think she had like 4 of them, and I think I ordered all of them and kept 2 and gave 2 away for prizes. Because, you know, nobody else can have them.
Right.
So,
You never know how many you may need.
yeah. Well, I gave 2 as prizes, and I kept 2. I think that was what it was. Or I kept 1 and gave 2 away.
You gave 2. Okay. So, in my Batman Social USA bag is the Just a Little Chilly Miter Square Afghan. And I started my 3rd row. So, what I did my stitch marker. There it is. Okay, I didn't get that much done. Still in the square I started last week.
Very nice.
So,
No, progress is progress, no matter how small.
just quite small progress on this particular one this time.
All right, the next one I'm going to show you is in my Plover Bird grazing sheep bag, and this is Happiness is a Rainbow project. This is just the pattern I'm doing out of my head, and this is using the Lion Brand Mandela DK yarn, and I think it's the gnome colorway. I don't know why it's called that, but and I didn't do a whole lot on this, but I think I did a row on this. I need to get working on this so I can get to the orange. But there it is. It's coming along. Boy, the colors are showing up really well today.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the purple and the pink and that little mauve-y kind of central. I like that.
It looks like a Star Trek pin.
It kind of does, yeah. So this is fun. I'm enjoying working on this. It's a very simple pattern. And it would get done a lot faster if I just sat down and work on it. But I have Project ADD plus cranky hands, so I do what they tell me to do. And that works. So, okay.
Okay, so, actually the next one is a new project.
These are good.
in my Silvershed USA books bag is Bifrost, which is the Rainbow Bridge from Norse mythology. So Tails.
Tails bag. Unfortunately, having a Tails related bag or a tea related bag does not give you more chances at a prize.
Just makes you really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Bifrost. The pattern was a gift to me, I believe, from Brittany B-Wing. And this it was for my birthday. And the pattern is Stethoscope's Cozy Pattern by Kim Sheeler. So I am using.
Sorry, guys. I know.
Are you expecting a call from?
No. I'm not expecting a call from anybody. The grandparents all called, and Daddy, I told him not to call through podcasting, so we'll see if he remembered.
Call from Aldebaria.
But he loves you.
If that's him.
Mm-hmm. If it isn't, he doesn't love you.
Yeah. I think he's at Mass right now, so.
Okay. So, I'm using Wild Hair Fiber Studio Pinnacle DK in the colorway Boing.
Boing! That's pretty. That's really pretty.
It's for me. So, I've made some progress. It's not a complicated pattern. It's just happy.
And what's the yarn again?
Wild Hair Boing.
I thought it was wild hair, yeah. I heard the boing part, but I didn't hear about the wild hair.
So,
It looks like a long, thin sock cuff. Or a double scarf for a who or something. Okay.
that would be like the most useless scarf ever.
Why?
Covers like that much of your neck.
Not for a who.
Whose aren't that small?
They live on a dust ball.
Yeah.
Or a piece of pollen.
Well, if they live on a piece of pollen, that's way too big for them.
And cover their whole dust ball, keep them safe. Okay, in my... Let's see here. In my Silvershed USA PHN 5-year anniversary bag, 2X, this is Ann Brody. And I did some work. I know you say, why don't I finish this already? But the square, but I did 4 of them. I did 4 rows on here. And I'm getting to the point now where you can see that it's actually starting to look a little bit like a square.
Yes.
So I'm not rushing it. I'll get to it when I get to it. It's just
When will it be finished? When it's finished?
It'll be finished when it's finished, and that will be the exact time that it should be finished. Because apparently
mixing your references now.
Yep, I am, because I'm talented that way. So this is Lady Vertical Creations yarn. This is in the Fun in the Woman Cave colorway, and I just thought that would be a fun one to start with. So I think I'm using size. I don't know what size my needles are.
All sizes.
I think they're like 5s or something. What size are you using for yours?
It actually says on your needles.
I can't read the needles.
Well, pass it to me. I can read the needles. I'm using a different size for each needle.
For each needle, huh?
I mean, for each blanket. This is 6s.
6s. Okay, these are size 6s. And like Talia, I'm doing worsted DK and sport in here. I probably won't do any bulky, but who knows?
My blanket for my bed looks like it's 6s, so the one for the Afghan is 5s.
Right. Okay, your turn.
So, next is in my Silvershed USA Millennium Falcon X-Wing bag. And the project is Diana's Watermelon. And it's a Diana's Hat pattern by Joanna Johnson. I'm using Night Owl Fibers yarns in the colorway Watermelon Explosion. I won this yarn.
From Spicy Homemaker.
Yes. So, it's just got a little bit of work done on it.
Very nice.
It's barely started. If you squint in the pink area, you could see where there's black little speckles, and that's like the watermelon seeds. So they really went all out with this.
Very nice. I bet that's a time-consuming colorway to do.
So, enjoying knitting it so far. And the big plus was it was already in the ball.
No winding required. Okay. All right, my last project is in my, I think this is Plover Bird, isn't it?
That is Plover Bird.
Yeah, my Plover Bird teapots and teacups bag, large. A Sherwood shawl project from the TGV High Speed Knitting Pattern by Susan Ashcroft. And I'm using US 10.5s for these. And these are Knit Pick circulars. I haven't switched them over yet. But I did do some progress on this. I like this. The yarn is a hand spun from Laura Smoot. She gave to me, I think, a couple of years ago, actually. And I finally, this is one of my Never Gonna Knit You Up projects because I just couldn't find the perfect project. And I just love the way this is working out. It's so pretty.
Never gonna wind you up.
Never wind you down, unwind you.
No, because you're winding it into, never gonna knit you up. It's knit you up. Never gonna wind, kick you.
Anyway,
I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
Yeah. So this is, I've got all this yarn. Oops. And I'll go as long as I can with it because I really, really do like it. And I like a fairly nice size shawl. She gave me really good yardage. I think it's like 560 yards or something like that, or 540 or something like that. And I had thought I was going to do a one of the Weigh It shawls. But then I saw this. And I was like, I want to do this.
Never gonna knit you up, never gonna block you out.
Yeah. Yeah, that might work. That might work. So this is fun. I love this. Thank you, Laura, for the yarn. And the pattern, of course, is a Susan Ashcroft. I do love Susan Ashcroft designs. Oh, this is the wrong bag. I keep leaving my stuff out of the bags that they're supposed to go in. So this is fun. I'm making progress. My goal for this one is I really would like to have it done for Maryland Sheep and Wool. So I'm going to have to get cracking on it. So you may see me...
Crack-a-lackin'?
Yeah. You may see me slowing down if my hands will allow so I can finish that. Mm-hmm. So the projects may drop a little bit. Okay. Anything else?
I had no more projects.
Okay, let me just see here. All right. Any FOs?
You know it. Do you?
I know it.
I do have.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, yeah. No,
have...
I don't have anything. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I had to think a minute. For yours.
Okay, so while at class for work, I finished my finished Davina's Blue Christmas Diana's hat. So I need to still weave in the ends, but it is finished. Let's see. And it needs to be blocked.
I like the way the yarn worked up. It's pretty. And sparkly.
So
Davina's like, she's going to give it to me after practice. I said, I think she has to weave in the ends first. But she said she was going to give it to me. I said, she will. When she...
I think she's afraid I'm going to keep it or something. I might not be able to block it out. It doesn't... I don't really think it's necessary to.
Well, you know, I'm sure she'll understand if you block it if you want to. But I was working out and our back room is very cold and I had a gray hat on. And she was afraid that Taya had finished the Quicksilver and given it to me. And I said, no, I've had this hat forever, and Taya would never tell you she's going to give you something and then give it to somebody else. But she was really concerned about that.
So,
I like the way it turned out. Show them the back of where the... No, take it off and show them the... I guess, yeah.
Well, it's not going to look quite the same way.
Can you see? Yeah, see the way... I like the way it turned out on the crown there. It's really neat. It looks kind of like... Almost like a spider web or a starburst or something.
So... or like a snowflake.
Mm-hmm. Too. Well, it's Blue Christmas after all.
Yeah, so I'll have to weave in the ends and then give it to her before she combusts spontaneously.
As long as she implodes instead of explodes. It goes, what did Dolly say?
No, it's...
Yeah. We were watching Turtles last night, and that was the episode. Okay.
But the watermelon one is for her if she decides she likes the colors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else would wear it if she decides she doesn't like the colors.
Oh, you can always put it in a gift.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Do you have anything else royalties-wise? I mean, not royalties-wise, FO-wise?
No.
Any royalties?
One.
Okay, well, you better go ahead because I have stuff.
And this really, doesn't really count.
No, it does. It's just not knitting related.
So, I killed my last stethoscope. This will be
Murdered it, even.
my third stethoscope in almost 9 years. You bought me my first one for my first job. The stethoscope I like is expensive, but I get it engraved with my name on the bell here. It has my initials there, and then it has my name right up there, so no one can be like, I didn't know that was your stethoscope.
A bright red one, they don't know.
So, oh, that's just a charm. That's kind of a thing right now.
Okay, where's your name? Oh, there's the initials, but where's your name? Oh, I see it, okay.
Yeah. So, this is, I have, my old stethoscope is really stiff. You can feel how pliable
Right.
this one. The other one, it's so dry, it stays in the bent position.
Oh, dear.
And it has a crack right here.
I don't think they can see that top.
Oh, it has a crack, like, right here. So it stays like this and has a crack right there. I'm hoping that the stethoscope cozy will keep it from breaking, because it won't have all the oils from my neck. That's the hope anyway. Hold on.
All right.
Because I'm getting kind of tired of buying new stethoscopes. It's kind of expensive. Yep. Whoopsie, I'm excited about having another one to wear at work instead of my old one that keeps biting my neck.
Well, thankfully you can count that as a business expense.
Yeah. It's at least tax deductible. But, I mean, I won't get paid. I don't know how much I'd really get paid back for. I've never taken a stethoscope off as a business expense, but...
Well, a little bit, right?
Yeah, hopefully a little bit, so...
Okay. Now, I have a few, but before I go into my birthday stuff, I got a really nice little message from Laura Concert, and I won't read it because it's personal, but it's very sweet. I will show you the card. One of Brittany's, I believe. Yeah, it is. It's a cute little card with a very nice little message inside of it. And she sent me some stitch markers.
Aww.
Just because. It was very sweet of her. And they are special stitch markers because they come from Laura, but also because they're tea related. Tea and tails related. They have, I don't want to take them out because with my hands the way they are right now, I'm dropping things. Not because they're stiff or anything, but just because that's what I'm doing today. And I've got a couple of teapots, a couple of teacups, and some pieces of pie. One of the pieces of pie has a little fork on the plate. I don't know if you can...
It's very similar to the kit I received for my birthday.
Yes, she said, because I got so excited about the one that Taya had, she said I should have one, so she made it for me. So Laura, I really appreciate it. I love it.
Oh, and Laura, I'm using one of your tea ones that you got me for my birthday.
So I love this. Thank you very much. I didn't want to start using it yet.
Oh, I don't think that's for my birthday. I think that was when she sent me the yellow yarn.
I think so. I know that she sent me a single teacup for something. I think it was with a bunch of other things. This is an actual set, so I appreciate this. Thank you very much. And then, now for my birthday, you guys are going to get hit twice with my birthday because my actual celebration is this weekend, and we don't do the gifts until we do the actual celebration. But you guys did not leave me to feel kind of sad because I didn't, nobody was mentioning my birthday or anything. I had a lot of birthday wishes, and I got a ton of patterns from people.
And by the way, people did not forget her birthday in the house either.
No, that's not what I meant. That
she's like, no one mentioned my birthday.
No, that's not what I said. My point is that the celebration was put off, so you kind of feel like nothing is going on. It's all low key. But you guys helped me to make it feel that regardless, it was very special. And everybody wished me a happy birthday. As, people called and all that. But I got 2 patterns from Stephanie, very nicely gifted me these for my birthday. The first one is the oyster shawl. These are both by Amba O'Brien.
Never heard of her.
I have heard of her. In fact, I've seen her. I looked at her shawls in the past. The first one is the oyster shawl, and it's a very pretty shawl. Look at that. It looks like it's stockinette on the top, and then this really pretty lace. And I'm assuming what you would do with this is maybe you'd start with the lace and then go up. I don't know. I have to look at it. And this is the one that I think I'm going to start first. It's a little bit easier. It's called, I think it's called Pippu, P-I-P-P-U, Pippu. And this is really pretty, and you can't really see what it is. It's got like a solid section, and then it's got a lace section. And it's hard to tell with the panels. I'm wondering if it has short rows in it. And it looks really nice. So thank you, Stephanie, for this. And then Valeria gave me a very pretty bulky weight cardigan. She said, Valeria is my challenger. I have two or three people.
That is a really pretty cardigan.
Isn't it? I have 2 or 3 people who like to challenge me, and Valeria is one of them. And I've got one of her last thing that she gave me. I forget why she gave it to me. But she gave it to me, and I've got it on the needles, is my Maryland Sheep Wool shawl that I was doing, the retreat shawl. And I've still got it on the needles because I've been so busy. This is a beautiful, beautiful cardigan, and it's ribbed all the way through.
I like ribs.
So I'm excited about that. It's bulky weight, so I have to find the right pattern, the right yarn for this. And then this one was given to me by B-Wing, and she knows I like Sampler Girl's patterns. And Sampler Girl, if you don't know, that's Tanya Marie. And she has some really nice...
She's still podcasting, isn't she?
I think she is... I don't know if how regular she is. Every once in a while I see something pop up.
Because for a while she stopped doing the video ones, because that's where I kind of fell off. It's like she took a little break from video. She was doing more of her audio again.
Well, she did audio first, and then she did video, and then she did both. I'm not sure what she's doing now, but this is a pattern by her. It's called On the Moors with Jane Eyre. So she's another one that has some tea and tails, and I think I mentioned that before.
Yeah, so check out her patterns.
Check out her patterns. This is based on Jane Eyre, and it's a really pretty shawl. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very, very pretty. So that was from B-Wing. Thank you, B-Wing. This one had to make me smile because Maureen and I share a love of owls.
I've seen that pattern before.
I have too. In fact, I think I had it in my queue for a while. And then Maureen picked it up for me. And this is called the Owl Basket. And this is the only... Shows you how far we've come in this podcast. This is the only crocheted pattern I received. 3 years ago, I would not have received a single knitting pattern.
Right.
This is gorgeous, and I love it. And I'm going to make this. And it may not be holding 4 strands of super bulky together. I think it might just be, I'll adjust the needle, and it might be smaller to hold something else.
Come on, Mom. Where's your sense of the venture?
I don't want to kill my hands. So I'll probably make a smaller one.
Wouldn't it help your hands because it's not as small?
Well, it's not as small, but you're using heavier weight yarn to move back and forth 4 strands. So I might do 2 strands. I have some yarn that Laura Concert had given me with the idea of maybe dyeing it. It can felt actually. And I was thinking maybe I'd do 2 of those together if it'll be enough give. And then maybe it'll be, with my gauge, it might be about this big. And then I can put like skeins of yarn or extra balls of yarn or something in that. Or felt it even. But
or you can make the really big one and keep balls of yarn in it.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I love this, Maureen. It's absolutely fantastic. We are owl buddies. So that's that. And now Laura Concert gave me 2 design patterns. How
about pushing your limit?
This is another one who likes to push my limits for me, and I appreciate that. She has taken off on a sock journey, and she wants me to come with her. And this is and I've had my eye on this pattern, Laura. This is fun. This is a Laura Smoot design. It's her Despicable socks. So that's one of the patterns she gave me. Laura Concert. So thank you. And the other one she gave me is called Through the Woods. And this is the one I said was based on the Robert Frost poem. And I think it's called, I want to say The Road Less Traveled, but no, it's The Road Not Traveled. I checked it because I checked on what it said here. Unless she did the wrong name on the pattern.
She did because
I always thought it was The Road Less Traveled.
It was The Road Less Traveled by.
But anyway, I
used to have it memorized.
I love this poem, and I love this shawl. It's a little shawlette, but it has 2 sizes, and it's done in fingering, I think. So if I do it in Miss Babs or something, it'll be bigger. And it's just a really pretty pattern. So thank you, Laura. And this one actually would be nice in one of the colorways I just did up. That one that I was telling you we work with some case patterns. Because the dappled wood kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now, Talia gave me 3 patterns. Okay, and they're all by Susan Ashcroft because I love Susan Ashcroft. So these will be fun. This is called the Zip Knit, and I saw a stitch knit and I said, I know who that is. That's got to be Susan Ashcroft. So this is her Zip Knit pattern, and it's quick, exactly as it says, and it's not too difficult, which is just good for me. I've got the challenges, and now I've got something that's mindless as well. Which
I didn't realize I had one for patterns in my queue. It's the Flying Scotsman. It has some color work on the bottom.
Now this one you can't really see.
I've had it on there for years.
Yeah, I've had her stuff. I love her. She's fantastic. The Happy 200. There's not a good picture here. This is just a detail. It is actually a shawl, not a cowl or a scarf or something.
And there's 2 different designs to that shawl.
Yeah. So this is really nice. And then she gave me the Happy Accident, which was the 3rd pattern. And this one came about apparently when Susan was trying to knit her own shawl, one of her own shawls, develop it. And this came about. And it's actually a cowl. So I'm excited about that. So thank you, Talia. So I got a lot of very nice patterns. I put them all in my queue in various places that I hope, where I hope to get to them when I get some things done. It might take me a little while to get to them because I have a lot of things I have to do. But I love all of them. And then my last stash enhancement was, I went to Lowe's with my husband. And I like to look every once in a while at the magazines. And they have some weird magazines there. Because this is what I picked up.
That's not weird.
It's the British issue Bake. And this has 72 recipes and ways to bake like a Brit. Exclusive recipes from winners of the Great British Bake Off. So I'm really excited about this. I'm a real Anglophile. I lived in England for 4.5 years, and I love it there. And this is just, it has recipes for is it pasties, Kay? Dan? Pasties? I'm not sure how you say that. But it has scone recipes in here. British recipes that are actual British recipes.
Afternoon tea.
Afternoon tea. Pump up the jam. Do you guys know about Pump Street Bakery? Kay and Dan? I was going to say Dan and Kay. Dan and Kay.
You almost said Dan and Ken.
Yes. Do you guys know about the Pump Up the Jam Bakery? Let's see here. They've got all kinds of, let's see if they show you some of this.
Is that like a mince thing?
It looks like it, doesn't it? Let me see if I can find some good pictures to show you. Oh, that looks good. I don't know what that is, but it looks good. It looks like a jelly donut almost. Bake like a Brit, it says. Oh, I do not understand their idea of pudding, Kay and Dan. To me, a pudding is, I guess, what you guys call a custard. A pudding does not look like this to me. This is some kind of a cake, okay? It does not look like a pudding to me.
Although, I always used to get confused when I was reading Sherlock Holmes as a kid, and they talk about, a pudding and this, that, and the other thing, and I'd be like, but
I know, it's
how
confusing.
are you holding a pudding in your... That doesn't make sense.
There's some really nice looking... This looks really good. I think it's some kind of rhubarb. Yeah, it's rhubarb and ginger.
You see, I thought that one looked really good.
Yeah, I like this one right here. There's some... Look at this. I'm getting 10 pounds just looking at this thing. But this is really exciting, and I hope to try some of this stuff. They have a rhubarb crumble in here. Sticky toffee pudding, but it doesn't look like pudding. The thing that the pasties are what interests me too. I think they might
now
be
pasties are savory.
They can be savory, but apparently they can be sweet as well. I was looking in here. They have one that's, well, this is interesting. Cheddar, caramel, apple pasties.
That's an interesting combination.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
looks like they have a mincemeat one. They have breakfast ones.
Now, I don't think we do mincemeat here in the States.
Yes,
I think
we do.
that's okay.
Yes, we do.
I've never had mincemeat.
Now, shepherd's pie pasty sounds interesting. I like shepherd's pie. I never thought about putting it in a crust.
Yeah, you did. I just hated it in the crust.
No. This is a crust all the way around,
Oh.
like a calzone. So this is awesome. I'm really excited about this. It makes me feel a little homesick for some. Look at this. Little stores. It makes me happy. Very nice. So that was basically my stash and hands, my royalties. Oh, I'm sorry, we forgot one. Christina, when she sent her prizes, was very generous with us. She also sent us some yarn scraps for our blankets. So this is Knit Pick Swish DK. This is 50 grams, so I guess it came like this?
Huh, that's cool.
This is 27 grams. Well, that's cool.
Gosh.
So this is a gray. I don't know if this is the actual color. Cobblestone Heather, I think it is.
Oops, wrong bag.
And then this is, I don't know what this is. But I think these are the same color.
I think those are the same color.
So that's really pretty.
Can I have the bigger of the two?
Yeah.
Thank you, because I have 2 blankets.
Which means I'm probably not going to get the gray because you're going to use it all up. And then I don't know what this is, but it's pretty. It's very pretty. I think it might be an acrylic wool blend, maybe. It's very soft. Oh, this one has a tag in it. This is...
It is definitely the same colorway as this one, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's a self-striping.
Oh, cool.
Okay, this is 8 winter...
Oh, that's, what's it called? Opal.
Winter Mon. Oh, I've never had opal. That's awesome.
That's
Thank you
opal.
very much.
I should have recognized the tag.
I've never worked opal before, Christina, so this will be
That'll
fun.
be fun.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to try their Sport DK.
We put that in here. Did that one have a tag in there? In
No.
the center of it? Okay. Okay, so I'll put that in here. And with my squares being smaller, I might actually finish that. Okay, and this is for the toy along. Not the toy along. The Ready Set Go Cow. That here. Okay, now do you have anything else to show for that?
I do not.
Okay, I do have some Etsy news. If you don't want to stay here for the Etsy news, that's fine. I just want to show you
That's
what I've
just
been
too
up to.
bad.
I have done a lot of dyeing this week. I have some skeins downstairs that I can't show you because I just finished rinsing them. They stayed overnight and they were wet, so I rinsed them out and they're hanging. But I do have some to show you. They will be going into the shop. Okay, I have 2 skeins of Happy Mail Plum Deluxe 2017-2018, and this is a fingering sock, weight 467 yards, 100 grams, and this is 80-20. Okay, 80% superwash merino wool and 20% polyamide. Okay, so this is the Happy Mail. You've seen this before. I made some more, and this is one I can repeat, and I probably will repeat later in the year. Okay, this is Cinnamon Sugar, and this is 274 yards, 100 grams, 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. Okay, and that's Cinnamon Sugar. And this, I think I can do this again. I haven't written it down yet, but I have written it down. I just haven't entered it in my book, so I have to see if I can do that again. But this is, it may be repeatable. I'm not sure. Let's make a nice toy or something.
All
Right.
things make nice toys.
Yeah. Except red scary bunnies.
It's only because he was underappreciated.
Certainly calls attention to himself. Did Nathan have a chance to write up a story about that one?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he put it up on Facebook.
They usually only put up the new patterns on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the Cinnamon Sugar. I might have to retwist it, but right now I'll put it up here. Cinnamon Sugar. Okay, this one is a one-off. This is Paprika, and I only had a certain amount of the dye to mix with. It was, kind of like No Maker's Pot Soakers or Heidi's Roadkill. So this is an Untamed Oops. cannot be remade, but it's paprika colorway. And if people like this, I can try to recreate it, but it's basically a one-off. And this is also the Sport 75-25 Sport, 274 yards or whatever that was. Let's see, at 274 yards. Put this in here. Okay. That's this one. Now the Happy Mail, well, I'll talk about it in a second. Okay, the next one, this is Straw into Gold. This is based on Rumpelstiltskin, the fairy tale. So this would be, and I have another skein of this drying downstairs. This would be eligible for the Tea and Tails double counting. It's called Straw into Gold.
Very pretty.
Thank you. This was an interesting one to develop. Took a while. Just get this one back together. And this is also, this is a fingering sock, but it is a 75-25. And there's 462 yards in this one. This is really soft. And these are Nightwing. Okay? And these are also fingering sock. And these are 80-20, 467 yards. This is also eligible. This one, the Happy Mail, and this gold one, they are all eligible for Tea and Tails, should you wish to use them. Okay? And I can repeat everything but the paprika. So these will be going up in the shop as soon as I get the chance. And I have a new colorway downstairs that I'll show you next week. And another of the Straw into Gold. So these will all be going up in the shop soon. Okay, I think that's it for that. Anything else you have to say?
No.
Okay, I think we're going to get ready to close. I did some reading. I'm reading Air Search. I'm almost 20% Air Search. Heir to the Empire. I'm about 18% or 16% through the book. It's going a lot faster, but I just haven't had a chance to really sit down and read. And we want to shout, and I have other books as well, but I'm not going to go into Ty's getting tired. Shout outs for LNS. Well, first of all, we want to thank her because she mentioned us on her
I'm here.
On her podcast. She gives some very kind words for us on our podcast, so thank you very much. She has a podcast that I mentioned in the last podcast we had. I think it's called Elna's Crafts, but I'm not sure. You can see it in our last podcast. And she focuses a lot on makeup, but she also has the crafting one. She has two up on crafts. And we want to thank everybody for the YouTube comments. Stephanie, Nordana, Donna, and LNS, thank you for your comments. And we want to thank people who are commenting on Ravelry. We are planning on podcasting Monday if possible, so we will see you next week. We hope to see you here again at that time. So we wish you a blessed week full of every blessing and good thing. I want to thank you again for wishing me happy birthday and all your generosity. And this is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 293, and that's a wrap.